Hello there, everyone. Good morning, very good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. It is the DOUG, and we are back for NFL Week 10 picks and some college games. But of course, as you know, I always do a recap of the past week. So let's get to college. Oh, dear God, did I have a terrible college week. I only won one game. Had BYU winning, West Virginia won. I had Air Force winning because they were ranked and all that. They lost to Army. Georgia did beat Missouri, thank God for that. Minnesota got upset by Illinois, and Alabama handled business with LSU. So 1-4. Excuse me. For this weekend for the season, I am 28-17. Not a good week for college, but then it got worse for me in the NFL part. Steelers beat the Titans, which kind of surprised me a bit because I thought the Steelers quarterback would have been out hurt with the ribs, but he played. But the Titans did announce they would be starting the rookie quarterback the rest of the way. Ryan Tannehill will be the backup once he's medically cleared. So most likely Ryan Tannehill will not be on the Titans probably after this season. The Dolphins lost overseas to the Chiefs, concerning the Dolphins' big problem is they can't beat a team with a winning record, or a team that's probably going to be in the playoffs. Granted, probably also the NFL wanted the Chiefs to win to make all the Taylor Swift fans happy. My mom's Ravens did beat the Seahawks, so there was a W there. They dominated that game. Browns beat the Cardinals, in which the game the Cardinals really didn't even show up. Buccaneers should have beat the Texans, but Texans had a great offense, and the Bucs defense imploded. And was the only defense that kind of choked the game away, unfortunately. Saints beat the Bears after the Bears offense turned over the ball a lot on offense. They gave up the ball too many times, but I had the Saints. Falcons, who were my luck, and I thought they would win it because, they had a better quarterback, and he played great. Unfortunately, again, the defense of Atlanta this time cost them the game against Minnesota. Packers destroyed the Rams. Like I told you, Travis, when we all picked the Rams, I knew what was going to happen. Packers would win, and they did. Matthew Stafford did not play. The backup played so bad that the Rams actually signed Carson Wentz yesterday. Holy crap. The Washington Commanders, football team, Redskins, whatever you want to call them, they beat the Patriots pretty soundly, easily, I would guess. Patriots, this is their worst record under Bill Belichick since I think he was first coaching. Unfortunately, the Panthers did not get the upset win for me this past week. They lost to the Colts. Wasn't even close. The Giants, who I thought were going to beat the Raiders after the Raiders fired their head coach, one of their coordinators, and their GM. No, the Raiders won. Giants do have a lot of injuries now. They are down to the rookie quarterback. I don't think they've signed another quarterback yet. I think they might have one on the practice squad, but Jones is out for the rest of the year. Taylor's going to be out for at least another few weeks, and they are missing their tight end, I believe, as well, who's out for another few weeks on IR. Cowboys lost to the Eagles, What is surprising, even Stephen A. Smith said it yesterday, that he is confident in Dallas because the Cowboys almost won if it wasn't for the knee being down. Granted, I thought the ball broke the plane, so touching that disappeared. And then as far as for the 2-point one, I know you can make the argument that Dak stepped out of bounds, but at the same time, we see Patrick Mahomes make that same play a lot, and they don't call it out of bounds. So, referees. Bengals did beat the Bills, though, which I called correctly. Bills have kind of had an up-and-down year. And the Jets, who I thought would get the upset because of their great defense. Unfortunately, the Jets' offense was terrible. Chargers win. Ironically enough, this is now the back-to-back weeks I've had the Chargers losing, and they somehow win. So, yeah. So I went 5-9, a bad week. For the season, I'm 76-63. I am currently in the standings in fourth place. Travis is first. I believe then it's Rosie in second, Doc in third, me in fourth, and Dave in last. Me and Dave got to try to catch up. Well, let's get to the college games real quick. Of course, hopefully, Dave and Travis, this is for you guys. We have one game on Friday, Wyoming against UNLV. I am taking Wyoming. Florida State against Miami. I'm going to take Florida State. They kind of need to stay undefeated, to probably stay in the top four. Michigan and Penn State. Okay, I'm going to say this first off because everyone's been asking what to do because of Michigan's cheating thing, and then Michigan said, these teams came out and still signs. Here's the thing. To me, personally, I think every college team, and even in the NFL, they're stealing signs. But this was very grievance and, blatant. Do I think the NCAA will do something about it? I think they will, but I don't think we're not going to see anything happen until next year, unfortunately. So I know Stephen A. Smith said yesterday, though, that Michigan should be banned from the playoff during the investigation. I think that's still because you can't punish the. Because here's the thing, you can. I get where if they do get banned, I get it, but I don't think that's fair to the students. I don't think that's fair to the athletes, who really didn't do anything. It was the coaching staff and this guy who got caught and was fired. I say blame the coaches, blame them. Don't take it out on the kids or just trying to play a game to try to get to the NFL. But I'm taking Michigan over Penn State. Duke versus North Carolina. I'm taking Duke. Fuck everything about North Carolina. Fuck their teams. Fuck their people. Fuck their state. I wish we could just get a chainsaw, cut it off the map, and we just have South Carolina. And then I got Iowa over Rutgers. Those are my college games for this week. As far as for the NFL, oh God, we got a tank bowl tomorrow night. And the funny thing is, it doesn't matter who loses this because Bears win anyway. It's Bears and Panthers. Now, the reason I say that, remember, Chicago has the Panthers' first round pick. So it doesn't matter technically if the Bears win or loses. Now, to be honest, if you're the Bears fans, you probably want to win this because you're going to have the Panthers first round pick, and that's probably going to be pick 1 or 2 at this point. So give me Chicago, who I think their offense bounces back a little bit, and all that. Plus, I think, to be honest, Panthers are just really, if they win, it doesn't help them because they're probably not making the playoffs. They're too far back. A loss doesn't help them, unfortunately, because they don't even own their first round pick. So it's kind of but it's a tank bowl on Thursday night, and God, is it going to be boring. I'll probably be streaming tomorrow night. Ravens against the Browns on Sunday. Of course, I'm just doing this one first because I'm probably not going to watch the 9:30 game, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. I'm taking my mom's Ravens here. Again, remember what I said a few weeks ago after she passed, I'd be picking the Ravens to win the rest of the way. Ravens have a good defense. The offense has been clicking a bit, particularly after what they did to Seattle. Cleveland, well, I think their defense is good. It's that offense I question at the moment still. Okay, the 9:30 game in the morning Sunday. It is the Colts and Patriots. Patriots need this win to keep their playoff hopes alive at this point because, I think if they lose, they'll be at their 8th loss, I think. So they're in trouble. Colts, kind of had an up and down year already, because the quarterback who they had, who's the rookie, was playing well, but then he got injured, done for the year. But I think the Colts win this one. I know it's overseas, it's in Germany, but I think Colts win this. This is my lock of the week. Bengals and Texans. Okay, this one kind of an interesting matchup a bit because Texans, they can steal a playoff spot if they went out and get some help. I know it's week 10, but you got to start looking at the playoff seedings. Give me the Bengals here, though. Their offense is way better and their defense is better too. I think Texans, though, should give themselves a pat on the back. They all playing better than they were last year, but give me the Broncos. Steelers, Packers. All right, sorry, Travis. I'm taking the Steelers here. Yeah, Packers did beat the Rams, but the Rams were terrible, didn't have Matthew Stafford. One thing even you've said in the text messages, Travis, Packers offense is terrible. Jordan Love may not be the guy, which unfortunately you kind of stuck with him now. Steelers defense has been playing well this year. And their quarterback, when healthy, plays all right. What's funny is there is a chance, could happen, that the Ravens, Browns, Bengals, and Steelers will make the playoffs because they're really winning games. Bills look like a team that I would have thought would have been in the playoffs, but they're not looking that great. Dolphins will probably win the division. Jackson will win their division. Texans were the only team that can stop them. And then the Chiefs, so the only team in the way of the Chiefs is themselves. Give me the Steelers to beat the Packers here. Up next, Bucks and Titans. Okay, this was a hard pick for me because Tampa Bay's offense the last 2 weeks has played great, but they've lost because of their defense mostly. And then the Titans, up and down this year. There's a lot of talk that, we've already mentioned it earlier, that the rookie quarterback's taking over for him. Tannehill will probably be gone from the Titans, probably doing the draft. He'll probably be traded. King Henry will probably not be there next year either. So Titans, I'm thinking from the Titans, I may want to just blow it up and just worry about trying to get the best pick in the first round. Bucks can kind of still maybe steal their division, maybe with some help. So I'm going to take Tampa again. I kind of may regret this decision, unfortunately. But give me Tampa Bay over the Titans. Niners, Jags. Dave, I know you're picking the Niners here. Jags are a tough team for the Niners. And the Niners, remember, they've since beating Dallas soundly, they've lost the last few games. So they really need to win this one and get ready to play the Eagles because if they lose to the Eagles in a few weeks, uh, Eagles will be the 1 seed in the NFC. There's no doubt at that point. Give me the Niners here. I think their defense turns it around, but but the offense is really going to have to step up because if the offense plays bad again, I think everyone's going to say this is why Brock Purdy was the last pick in the draft, which then begs the question, maybe they should cut Jimmy Garoppolo. We don't know. The Raiders don't seem to want him now, but give me the Niners. Saints, Vikings, another hard pick because of the Vikings, even with other injuries, they're winning games. Saints offense has been up and down this year, but the Saints D's been good. I'm taking the Saints here. I think Derek Carr, he's getting his mojo. He's finally, getting settled in with the Saints offense and all that. I think the Vikings, unfortunately, at this point, got too many injuries. Cousins is out. As much as I make fun of the guy, it's not fun when a guy loses, ends up getting injured. The running back also has an Achilles injury, so he's out. Vikings, just too many injuries. Give me the Saints. Falcons, Cards. Okay, Falcons. If you lose this, you're pathetic. Give me the Falcons over the Cardinals here. Literally, Falcons have been one team, and that was my Cowboys, and even though I said that was a trap game, this is another trap game as well. But if Atlanta loses this, they don't even, no, they're done. Because at that point, there's no point. So give me Atlanta, though. Lions and Chargers. Okay, Lions. The last 2 times I picked against the Chargers, I've lost. Please, Detroit, do not fail me. I'm taking Detroit over the Chargers. Lions is the better team offensively and defensively. Offense and defense. The Lions are better, and they got a better head coach. So I do not like the Chargers head coach. I think he coaches himself out to lose on occasions. So give me the Lions. Seahawks and the Washington Commando Redskins, team with no name. This is a hard pick as well because Redskins, you would think after trading their 2 best defensive weapons away, one to the Niners, one to Chicago, they would pretty much just be wanting to blow it up and rebuild. But they did win. They're in that playoff hunt. They can sneak in as a wild card. Give me the Seahawks, though. I just think they'll bounce back. They just went up against a better team in Baltimore. I think Seahawks win this. Kind of for the better quarterback situation, better defense. And I'm going to say this, Ron Rivera, I think his job's on the line this year because if they don't make the playoffs, I think he'll be fired, to be honest. Give me the Seahawks. Cowboys, Giants, I'm taking the Cowboys. I'm probably going to take a guess. Everyone is in the group, which has me a little concerned because when we do that, that team loses usually. But this is a trap game for Dallas, unfortunately, because of the high momentum, barely almost beating the Eagles. This is a rivalry game. And you would think Dallas is going to be favored big because of all the injuries to the Giants because, they're on the 3rd-string quarterback. They're missing their tight end. Barkley may not play. I think he's healthy. Personally, I'm going to say this around the Giants. At this point, you just got to be looking at wild card because I don't, not wild card, the NFL draft, because I don't think you're going to win enough games to get into the wild card. I think at this point, if I'm the Giants, it would have been nice if we would have gone back because of how well you did last year. But you guys have been so injury prone and have so many injuries. I would just be like straight up, put in all the 2nd and 3rd string guys for the rest of the season, see what you have in them, and then start game planning to see where you fall in the draft and think about who you want to pick there to help. Because their injuries are really playing a key factor, I think, because that's mostly where they haven't been competitive in a lot of these games, even the ones they won. They are so injury prone, the Giants, it's not good. But like I just said, this is a trap game for Dallas. Dallas needs this win in a lot of ways because you're trying to keep pace with the Eagles because you're about 2.5 games back. You're also trying to just hold on to that 5th seed because I believe you would be the 5th seed right now in the playoffs. So you just need to do that. Plus, what also worries me a bit, after the Giants, you play Carolina, that's a trap game, and then you would play Washington. So if you're Dallas, you really want to win these next 2 just to give yourself that little bit of breathing room a bit in the wild card, plus a little bit of breathing room in case you do lose on Thanksgiving, if that happens. So Dallas, I'm picking the Cowboys, but I will be honest here. This is a trap game, division game, and you're playing a team who's really got nothing to lose and has so many injuries. So Dallas, be smart, don't be stupid. Sunday night, Raiders and Jets. Oh God, this game's gonna suck. I'm not watching this Sunday night game. Raiders, we already know what they're going through. They got a whole new new interim head coach, new quarterback in because they benched Jimmy. Jets offensively are just terrible. Give me the Raiders here, which I can't believe I'm saying that. This is my upset pick of the week because Jets are favored, believe it or not. And then Monday night, it's Bills Broncos. Broncos, after getting that big win, they're riding high. If they went out, they could probably still a wild card spot with some help. Bills need this win not only to stay pace with Miami, they also need to try to hold dominance and getting a wild card spot. But the Bills have been up and down this year. But give me Buffalo. I think that is the best. This is a good bounce back game for them. This would be a good game to, bounce back, get everything back on the ship if you're them. But if they lose, they're still in trouble, big time. So my picks for the NFL are Bears, Ravens, Colts, Bengals, Steelers, Bucks, Niners, Saints, Falcons, Lions, Seahawks, Cowboys, Raiders, and an upset, and the Bills. Let me know what you think in the picks below. Don't forget if there's a team off a team with a bye this week, please fix your fantasy teams accordingly so you don't lose. And good luck to you guys' picks. I will see you, of course, next week as well for more NFL and college football. And I will be streaming tonight. I will be streaming probably the Nickelodeon All-Star Bowl 2 I got to do. And then